Hello, and welcome to another first impression video. I'm Drew Wilson from FreezeNet. Today we are going to be playing the 2011 PlayStation 3 game, MotorStorm Apocalypse. This is the fourth game in this particular series. So, I've got 10 minutes on the clock. Let's check this one out. So, you might be wondering, fourth game, but you only finished the second game recently. Why are we skipping to the fourth game? Well, there's actually a pretty good reason for that. The third game, which is MotorStorm Arctic Edge, is not available on the PlayStation 3. Well, what system is it available on? The PlayStation 2. I know, what the heck. So, I guess I won't be playing that particular game anytime soon for this YouTube series, but we'll see what happens. You never know. This game definitely starts off very much differently. X to boost. You have this intro thing, and what's more, those are important events. Okay. It used to have like the those all these, you can boost and ram and dodge. Oh, a bit like F-Zero X, actually. Used to have all these off-road stuff, and now it's somehow in the city. Boost acceleration on the air. I missed that. Oh well. So this is a little bit different for sure already. Fire will overheat the engine. Yep. So that's a carryover from the second game, Pacific Rift. Driving through water will cool down your engine. And okay, I hope that didn't. So what happened just now to me is that there was a black screen, and I hope that never happened in a video. Well, it finally happened. My luck finally ran out. I've been experiencing these black screens every once in a while for some reason, and luckily none of them came into the videos until now, but that's okay. I don't know how that will record, so we'll find out. But on a more positive note, guess what? This is actually the 50th edition of our First Impression video series, so I'm really excited about that. Like, managed to get to 50 videos, and all I had to work with was just a microphone, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Steam account. Okay, I had a few things, but just doing just basically have the minimal setup. So I hope this has been a very cool series so far for you, and I look forward to adding even more videos in the future for sure. It's been quite a journey so far, and I feel like it's only the beginning, and here's hoping for another 50 videos at least. You never know. But yeah, another thing that I noticed about this series is that it's very like story centric, whereas like the first two games there was just no stories whatsoever. So it kind of has that a Borderlands feel to it, almost, in a way. Kind of a sort of a comic book feel to it, maybe, in a way. I don't know if that's a good description of it or not. So qualification 5th. Day 1 morning. So so far only the shoulder bumping and not really much in the way of choice. Like, it's just you're going from one race to another, so it's definitely going back to a much more linear feel so far. I don't know if that'll change later on in the game. Yeah. Those jumps seem kind of unnecessary. I don't know. There we go. And you got that splash effect that's from previous game, the previous MotorStorm game. Yeah. And since I kind of demonstrated the what it's like to overheat, I won't bore you with that this time around. Unless I have a reason to. So. Yeah, definitely a very different feel for this particular game so far. Ooh, okay. A side wheelie. There you go. I think you've seen a few barrel rolls in my runs so far. So how about a side wheelie as something different? Yeah. So, because I played the 2 games so far, I will say that the first game is actually a pretty solid game. Definitely enjoyed it. In fact, I recommended that in my retrospective a while back. And Pacific Rift, another really good game. One thing I noticed about people recommending the game series is that they start with the original MotorStorm and then try Pacific Rift afterwards. And I'm kind of inclined to agree because it sort of helps to already have that knowledge of the series under your, or at least the first game under your belt before going into it. It's not mandatory by any means. You can definitely play it without that particular experience. But if you can help it, that's the way to go. And my knowledge is that earthquake, it seems. The original MotorStorm is a little easier to get your hands on, I found. So it's pretty easy to find the first MotorStorm game than it is to find Pacific Rift. In fact, it was very hard for me to find Pacific Rift. So yeah, it's all about continuing the series, at least. And there's also a 5th game in this series. Oh, 15 players. That's actually a lot more than normal. I think. I thought that was only like 12 opponents in the previous games. Can't remember. Cool. Well, first place anyway. But yeah, it's been a good series so far. There is a 5th game in the series. It's called MotorStorm RC. And as of this recording, I have not found it. So this, unless I find some way of getting RC, this may be the last MotorStorm in this series. So that's okay. I mean, 3 games is still pretty good as far as I'm concerned. 3 out of 5. Let's continue on. See if we can get a 3rd race in. You never know. It's not hard. Often I get a 3rd race into a first impression video. Let's put speed in it. Yeah, I really like the 4 earth, fire, air, water thing in the last game though. So I'm actually a little surprised, honestly, that this has become way more linear. Yeah, charging is a little faster. That's for sure. The old golden Not necessarily Golden Gate Bridge, but it has that feel. Maybe the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't know. All right. I have no idea, but apparently there's a card collecting system in this game. Interesting. All right. Well, interesting game so far. And sadly, surprisingly, that is it for the first impression video. So very different game. Like, it has like the core aspects of a MotorStorm game. I'll give it that. But it's a very different execution so far that I found. Different feel, different looks, that sort of thing. And of course, it's much more linear than it was than previous games. So I'll have to find out how that ends up playing out. Don't have that selection screen where you pick whichever vehicle you want and then try and race the different classes, that sort of thing. Again, I'm a little surprised to see that choice is kind of missing. But yeah, we'll find out how this goes. You never know. This is all about trying new things, after all. So if you like this series so far, you like the video, there's plenty of ways you can support us. And first way is to drop us a like and let us know, hey, you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. And if you want to help us out further, you can subscribe to our channel. And the cool thing about subscribing to the channel is that if you turn on notifications, you can get real-time updates of when we've actually posted a new video. So yeah, it's a cool feature to take advantage of. And there's other ways you can support us. You can check out our website, freezenet.ca, and you'll get all the latest in news. You got video game reviews, music reviews. We have a full-fledged wiki, and there's tons of music on that wiki as well. So we've worked pretty hard to try and pack as much content of that as possible. And definitely a lot of interesting stuff happening in the news lately too. So yeah, lots of reasons to check out that site, and it's free. You can do it anytime you like. But if you want to more directly support us, there's other ways you can do that. So you can subscribe to our Patreon page at patreon.com/freezenet, and that gives you you can subscribe to a tier and get like early access to stuff like our podcast. You have insider information, like patrons knew that, hey, we're going to be playing MotorStorm Apocalypse real soon. So hey, it's a really cool feature you can have as a result of subscribing. And if Patreon's not your thing, you don't want to do the tier thing and subscribing thing, you can you can give us a coffee via coffee.com/freezenet, and it's a one-time donation, gives us a little tip jar thing, lets us know you're doing a great job, keep up the good work, and we want to support you any way we can. So that's another way you can do that, and every dollar counts. We'll do everything we can to stretch everything out and make sure that money is well spent. It goes to these videos, the podcast, and a whole lot more about everything about FreezeNet. So yeah, lots of cool ways you can help us out. And since this is our 50th video, let us know. Are we doing a good job? Are we on the right track here? Definitely let us know. And we got a lot of stuff in store for you in the coming year, in this coming year for sure. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're following us, because we have more aces up our sleeve. But I've rattled on long enough. So I guess that is all for now. And until next time, keep it cool.